My name is Teddy, I guess Dr. Teddy Seyed now, because I just finished a month ago. I finished my PhD in computer science. It's the first entrepreneurial PhD at the University of Calgary. My early undergrad stuff was really around like tabletops, so those big screens that you can touch, kind of like an iPad. And then I moved into like the Iron Man Minority Report style thing, where you have all these screens in the room and you're like, trying to move information between and across them. That was very much software focused. And then towards the end of the master's, I started getting into like hardware things. And then, I started working at Microsoft as an intern, and I took a lot of the stuff that I learned there with wearables and things like that, and then put it out onto runways in New York. When I started in Wearable Tech, it was all about like sort of the smartwatch, right? Where you have, a single screen and it might be too small to touch. So how do you improve that interaction? That was the first entrepreneurial project I actually tried to make. I traveled to China. But then I noticed at the time, if Teddy, the student and the student entrepreneur, had wanted to compete with Google or Apple or any of those other companies making smartwatches, I needed to do something different, which is why I got into the fashion world. So then I started doing runway shows and contributing to like garments and dresses and things like that. So things that you traditionally wouldn't ever consider when doing this. And my reasoning was, if I wanted to make something that was better than those companies, I needed to have something different, which was the fashion angle. So focusing heavily on the fashion angle. Have these screens and electronics integrated into the clothing. So I was getting really good at this notion of teaching people that weren't very technical concepts. And if you think about it, kids are very much the same way as well, right? They're very creative, but they may not have the technical skill. And the idea was, can I teach Indigenous youth tech concepts through regalia, right? So the regalia and the powwow is like young and old, male and female. It's very much a community event. And so can we introduce technology into that sort of community and get a positive effect? And it was really cool to see like, the kids picking up the tech really quickly, and then teaching the parents, and the parents also teaching the youth sort of the stories and the ideas behind the garments that they were going to wear in the powwow. And it just took off. And I kind of like that with not-for-profit, where I can take some of the stuff I've learned from the PhD that's might be difficult for some people, and make it, distill it down to something that's more interesting and cool, and that others can learn from.